It had only been a few minutes after I had filmed my last video a week ago on January 1st that our kitchen floor, I discovered, had been flooding out from under our dishwasher. Yeah, all of this is having some kind of leak and everything has been exposed, bowing. And it's probably, you know, this house sat dormant for a year. You know, when the guy passed away, it could even be. Honestly, our next thing is to pry up one of these. I think we're gonna have to now.
We gotta try and get enough.
We're gonna have to pry up the linoleum underneath the wood planks. These people put on multiple layers of flooring.
That was also the other mistake.
They just put a floor on top of a floor on top of a floor. Because I think there's even another floor underneath these. And then you're still trying to get to subfloor. Yeah, the edge here is not going to really tell us. Oh, this is a mess. This is a real 2024 mess. This is the first day of the new year, and there is a major reveal of a leak and mold. And the reason we knew to do this is the floorboards started completely bowing up. They had been kind of warped and misshaped for a while, but now they're, yeah, this is bad. Okay, let's go out on the deck and peek it. Here's our girls entertaining themselves while we, Evelyn, you writing at the desk? Making some little messes while we work on this project. There's the pile of boards. Oh man, they're yucky. Look at the water damage underneath these wood boards. This is what we just pulled up in our kitchen. They had padding under them, but the padding is even water damaged. Thank you, Elam. Okay, let's not touch those. Let's go inside. Let's go get your hands washed. Come on. Well, 2024 might include a new plan to try and figure out our flooring situation. It had been hidden, we didn't really know it. We had seen the floorboards warping a little bit, and I decided that very night to kind of investigate, pry up one of the floorboards, and what I discovered was water. So much water, so much damage. It had leaked through 3 layers of flooring because this previous homeowner that we bought this house from a year ago had not installed the new floors by taking out the old ones. They had installed a floor on top of a floor on top of a floor. And our flooding went through all 3 layers of floors all the way down to the subfloor. My goodness. This is what we just revealed under the plywood that they had under the kitchen sink. Look at how this wood... It's okay, Evelyn, I'll come get him. Look at how the wood... I guess that's supposed to connect to this vent. This is so bad. Oh my gosh, Justin. Look at this. And look, this part by the dishwasher completely rotted out. Because, I mean, you're just getting warm air under here that goes to just through there.
Yeah,
this is horrible. Oh, man. The things...
I don't see any active leaks, though.
Well, I think the leak might be coming from the dishwasher itself. Because that part is like black and looks like it's rotted. And so I have been spending the last week in kind of crisis mode as we have evacuated all of our stuff out of the kitchen. We did reach out to our homeowner's insurance, and they are going to cover a large portion of the damage. I just cannot tell you guys the roller coaster that we've been on, though, because that very night, you know, I had talked about contentment, and then all of a sudden it seemed like we had this just huge crisis happen. And at the time, we didn't know if insurance would cover it or not. And we reached out and, you know, they are going to cover some of it, but not all of it. So it's just, this whole week has been like up and down, up and down. And I've just been trying to look for the blessings in the chaos. So here's a few pros of what's going to happen going forward. So because the damage of the water completely damaged the cabinet that the sink was in, there was water damage behind on the walls, the drywall. Basically, our entire kitchen had to be gutted all the way down to the studs in that back wall where there was water damage. They came in and they tried drying it out with fans, but they found that the water had still, the floorboards, the subfloor was still 30% saturated. When they started all of this, it was 100% saturated, and they said that it would just be easier to cut the subfloor out. It was really damaged, so they did that. And so basically for the last week, we've had a rotating door of construction crews and drywall people and subfloor contractors and just everyone coming in and out of our home. So here's where I am excited, and I've tried to look for the blessings, is because of the damage to the cabinets, we are getting all new cabinetry. They said that that will be covered at the equivalent of our current cabinets. They were really outdated old cabinets. So I've always wanted to update and remodel them. It was just never really in our budget. And so now we have kind of the help of insurance and moving forward. But the hard part is we're still limited. I have pinned forever pictures of my dream kitchen. I've always wanted a white kitchen with really beautiful white quartz countertops. And this time around, we are getting a kitchen renovation, but it will be limited by what insurance will cover, what the contractors can do, and also the timeline of all of this happening. And so that has been really hard to have that rushed up and, you know, within a week having to make all of these decisions. So I am going to be updating you guys as I choose different elements of the new kitchen. You can see in the images that I'm showing here that it is just bare bones right now. They still haven't come to rip out the remaining cabinets. They're going to do that. But pretty much now we're just down to subfloor and drywall and the appliances. So I have already decided on our kitchen cabinets. We only had 4 choices. 3 of them were wood colors. 1 was white. I'm going with white cabinets. I am still debating on the kitchen hardware. I chose our sink. It's a Kohler farmhouse sink. So we're going to be putting that in. My biggest struggle in hardware of the kitchen has been deciding if I want a gold faucet or a just normal nickel kind of looking shiny faucet, because I love gold hardware. I've always wanted a gold and white kitchen, so I'm not sure what to do there. I'll let you guys know what I finally decide. I've looked at so many kitchens online, and a lot of them, even if they have gold hardware, are still going with a silver looking faucet, maybe because it's more traditional. I'm not sure. I don't know if the gold faucet is kind of an outdated trend, if it's gonna date itself. I want to put things in this kitchen that will last us for years to come so that I'm not trying to change it up later, and that I also am content with my choices. And that's really hard. That's a lot of pressure to feel like you have to make and decide everything right now. So also, as you can see, what I'm doing in this footage is that I have had to relocate all of the food that was in our pantry. We've had to move all of the stuff that was in our kitchen cabinets out of the kitchen. And you know, minimalism for the win. I've talked about it a bunch on my channel, and still weekly I am decluttering and getting rid of stuff. And I was able to box up our entire kitchen in about half an hour, including all the food. And it fit in 4 moving boxes that are over against that wall in my living room. And that's really nice and convenient when you have a crisis like this. You don't want to wait till something like this happens to go through all of your stuff. I was so grateful that if I've gone through my stuff in the past, I've already minimalized and I've put things away. And even with doing that, even this time around, as I was pulling everything out of my cabinets, I started looking at things with new eyes and thinking, is this really worth me boxing up and storing and putting back in a shiny, nice new kitchen, right? Because everything comes with a cost, the cost of maintaining and keeping stuff. And I started looking at things like I had a bowl that I've kept forever because it was a pottery piece and it used to go with a style that I used to love. And I just felt it was hard to get rid of it because I paid money for it. But then I started thinking, I've not used it in probably a couple years now. Do I really want to store this in my new kitchen? Do I want to take up space in the new cabinets with this piece? Or do I let it go? And I had several things like that I started pulling out. For Christmas, I got new cutting boards and I had some of the old cutting boards still in there, and I thought, do I really need these old ones if I've been given the new ones? Perhaps I can let these go and they can go to someone else who needs them or can use them. So I'm just really grateful for minimalizing my stuff and thinking through, what do I really need? What is going to meet the base requirements that I need in this kitchen, and the extra stuff, can I let it go? So finally, I just wanted to give an update on timeline. This week, the cabinet people are coming out, and once they do, we'll know further when the cabinets are gonna get put in. And we did pick out our counters. They are a Quartz countertop. I'll put a picture of them here. It's really hard to see it through a photo though. I can't wait to see it installed and on the cabinetry and how it's gonna look. It's gonna be a bright white kitchen, guys. And maybe being a mom of 4 kids, that was a mistake, or maybe I'll just have to keep it really clean. I don't know. But I've just always wanted the white, light, bright feel of a white kitchen. And I'm really excited to have the white cabinets, white counters. The other thing that we spent hours thinking about, we have like lost sleep over this, is how to reconfigure our kitchen, because I had wanted an island. We had an island, but it was horizontal. It was nice to have one, but it was always inconvenient in the placement of it. It was movable because it wasn't quite attached to the floor. And there was a period of time where we flipped it vertical to see if we liked it that way. But yesterday we did some measuring and we realized the reason we never quite liked the island is you're supposed to have ideally between 42, I think, and 46 inches of space. It's like a little over 3.5 feet of space between an island and the other cabinets in your kitchen or your appliances. And that's ideal. It's better if there's even more. And we have less than that. So with the current island that we had, it was always too tight of a walkway. It was too cramped. You never really felt like you could get around. So we have decided to do an L Peninsula instead of an island. And I know this is an old-fashioned style. I know it started in the 70s. And maybe there's something to that. It's gonna be super efficient for us. We're gonna be able to seat most of our children at the L shape, whereas with the island, we were not gonna be able to do that because there was no room to expand it, whereas this L shape we can. We're gonna be able to have extra storage and hide our microwave in the L shape, so I'm really excited about that. And we are going to have the extended counter space there too, so we're not losing the serving area because we love to host of an island. So anyways, the L shape, just kind of peninsula in our kitchen seemed to solve this mystery for us. And just to cinch it down in our heads, we took our current island, moved it over to the cabinets, and tried it there to see if we liked it. And we did. We even pulled some chairs up to it, and it just felt really natural. I know that those peninsulas can make a kitchen feel blocked off. Sometimes they can impede the traffic flow in a kitchen, but it just didn't seem to do that in ours. In fact, it seemed to check all the boxes. So I'll keep you guys updated on if we change our minds on that, but I think we're pretty steadfast right now on we're gonna have the L shape coming out in a peninsula form with seating and storage for our kids. So that is pretty much everything that we've accomplished in a week. I hope to do more closer together videos so that there's not a whole week span between the last one. It's just been crazy this week with one thing after another and so many people coming in and out of our home. So I am so excited to share this journey with you guys and let you kind of check in on the remodel as it happens and share updates because I'm excited. I never ever thought we would have a remodel in this year or even the next 5, maybe 10 years. I thought that was something that's so expensive. It's so far down the road for us and it's happening now. So here we are. Anyways, I'm Morgan on Life in Lilacs and I just appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching and I'll see you soon.